good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good people of the tube. Hope today. Hope you're feeling grand and all is well in your world. Hello, everybody. Today's vid, everybody, is about this gorgeous creation right here. This is the Boss Nextone special. This has been very, very kindly sent to me by Boss for review, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, Boss. This thing is evil in so many ways. I really like it. Okay, so there's so many features on this thing, and I feel that if I go into them too much, then we'll be here all day with me talking, and we don't want that. We want to hear it. So I'm going to try and breeze over as quick as I can over the features and hopefully make some kind of sense. So it's a two-channel amp, basically. You've got a clean tone and you've got a lead kind of channel, and that's it. And you've got a solo boost here for each channel that's variable, so you can set it for each channel. You've got a volume boost for the clean, volume boost for the lead channel. You've got on the clean channel, EQ wise, you have volume, bass, middle, treble, boost, which is just basically like a clean boost, but it does kind of send it into overdrive. I'll show you that in a bit. Delay, reverb. Reverb is stunning in this amp. Filthy reverb. And then you've got like this power amp section. So you got preamp, equalizer, effects, and power amp sections on this amp. And the power amp section is mental. It's just crazy. So you can custom tune the bottom end and the top end of the amp here, and you've also got a global, like you got a presence control for each channel, and then. Mental. You can select what valves you want to emulate. So you got 6V6, 6L6, EL84, and EL34. So basically you've got 6V6, 6L6, they're more the American Fender-y kind of thing, and then EL84, EL34 is more Marshall-y, British kind of thing. So you can pick which one you want using this dial here. So that's the clean channel. So just to go over again, also you got a button here as well, which you can press in on this side for extra headroom, so the clean channel won't break up. Not that it breaks up anyway, but it gives you extra headroom if you need it, which, trust me, you don't. But I say it's a 60 watt amp. No, 100 watt amp, isn't it? I think it's 100 watt. I forget because I'm stupid. He's clever as Dave. Anyway, so moving on to the lead channel, you've got gain and a volume now. So you've got the added kind of addition of a gain. Apart from that, everything is the same. You know, you can pick valves and all this kind of lot. So, yeah, that's it. You've got 3 presets you can save, so you can set it and save it however you wish over here, much like the Katana. We're just going to stick to the panel mode today. We're not going to go like saving presets or anything like that kind of thing. We're just going to stick to the panel mode and have fun in general. And I'm going to unplug my pedal board now, because the next slide of tones, I want you to hear this thing straight in. This thing takes pedals like nobody's biz, like you heard in the intro jam, but I want you to hear this thing straight in, because that's where I've been having the most fun with this amp, is just plugging straight in and just having fun, especially on the lead channel. It's ridiculous. Okay, oh yeah, another thing to note as well, quickly, on the equalizer setting here, there is a little switch, little buttons that you can pick between American tone and British tone. So not only can you pick American or British kind of sounding valve kind of emulations, you can also kind of pick an EQ thing. And it's quite interesting to note that when you're in the American mode and you turn all the EQ to 0, like I normally do, the amp's totally quiet, there's no noise. You have to have the EQ engaged, turned up for it to actually make a noise. But with the British mode, you can actually turn all the EQ to 0. So, what I did, and what the most fun I had with this amp, was setting up the clean channel to be more like a Fender-y kind of clean kind of tone, and the lead channel to be more like broken up distortion. And I'll play around with that anyway. And I had it on the 6V6 on the clean and the EL84 on the dirty. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this too much because it's wicked. I really, really love this amp. It sounds amazing. It looks so cool as well. I mean, honestly. And again, I'm really happy it's front panel. I mean, I like overtop panel as well, but I think front panel is just more easy. You know, very simple. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into the specs of this thing because I want you to hear it more. And that's more important. You know, you can talk about specs all day, but if it doesn't sound good, then there's no point. But this does. So I want to show you that. So we're going to go through 4 guitars today. We're going to play my Red Oswald Tele, Revelation, and the Columbus 335 through this thing. We did get a couple of different sounds, and yeah, Tell me what you think, people of the tube. So, we're going to start off on the clean setting with... let's start with the 335, just for a bit of a change. So we'll start with the clean setting with the 335. I'm going to go for the American kind of sound. 6v6, go from there. Okay, people of the tube, that was immense. The dynamics on this guitar are this amp are insane. Like the way you dig in, and it's just ace. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to Telecaster now. I'm gonna engage the boost function on the clean channel just to kind of give it a bit more oomph, so to say. So I've turned the boost all the way up. It's on. I might turn the delay on at some point. I don't know, but yeah. So let's give this a go. Let's just everything's set the same, innit? No, apart from treble's a bit, but I've lowered the treble a little bit just for this one. But anyway, everything else is the same. Okay, so let's Telecaster it. Okay, I didn't realise how loud that was until I started playing. That's definitely shaking the cobwebs out of my brain. Anyway, so what I thought I'd do now quickly is leaving the EQ where it is. I'm going to turn the boost off so we're back to clean. I'm going to show you the different, the valve selection setting, if you will. Because it really does alter the sound. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. It's weird. But anyway, so we've got 6V6, 6L6, EL84 and EL34. So we'll start on the 6V6, which is what we've been on so far. And then I'll switch it around to the 6L6, EL84, EL34. And let you hear all the different things. And I'll do the same as well when we get to the dirty channel as well. I think I'm going to save the Strat and the Les Paul for the dirty channel. But yeah, that's pretty mega. That's a great sound with it. The bridge pickup on this with that boost on. Yeah, I'll take that one. Take that to a bank and cash it. Anyway, valve selections. Even though they're not there. Digital. Okay, so this is 6V6. 6L6. Okay, EL84. Finally, EL34 on the clean channel. Okie people tube. So there you go. That's the different kind of valve settings on the clean channel. There is a difference. I mean, my ear is definitely more. My ear is definitely more swayed towards the EL84, EL34 side of the amp. Although I do like the 6V6 on the clean. I've got to say, I do like the clean channel with the 6V6. It's just got like a bit more evenness to me in all frequencies, if that makes any sense. Like the 6L6 to me sounds like it's got a bit too much of a clunk in the mids. The EL84 is a bit too bright on the clean, and the EL34 is a little bit too... It's not quite there. You know what I mean? Whereas the 6V6 on the clean channel, I feel really happy with that one. I really like that sound. It kind of has that Jeff Buckley-esque kind of thing, especially with a telly, so, and it makes me very happy. So I really like that. So just to let you know how I've got the clean channel set up. So I have the volume all the way up, so the volume's absolutely cranked to the teeth. No bass, and this is something I'm going to talk about later on, is I feel there's far too much low end in this amp. And that's my only one criticism of this amp is the low end in this amp. It's too much. There's far too much bass in this amp. So I will not be using the bass dial for any of these things. Even with the custom tune ability here, so you can edit out some of the low end, it's still too much. It's not horrific, you know what I mean? But certain pedals, like my Marshall Governor, for instance, don't like it because the Marshall Governor's a big bassy pedal anyway. But I still think there's a bit too much low end. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely awesome. But I think it could just do with knocking off a little bit of that. Anyway, so yeah, let me tell you how I've got it set up. So, clean channel, volume all the way up, bass all the way off. Middle is at 12 o'clock. I have treble at 11 o'clock. This amp's a really nicely voiced amp. I actually get to use the treble. And I actually get to use the presence, which I'll get to in a minute. Because I like it. Like when everything's on 0 and it's really, really dark and you actually have to turn the dials to get it, I like it because I can get best of both worlds instead of having to run everything on 0 all the time, if that makes any sense. So anyway, although we'll get to that on the Dirty channel. So middle at 12 o'clock, treble was at 11 o'clock, boost was all the way up when I used that, so just cranked. Delay, I didn't use that, I'll show you that in a moo-moo. Go away. I've got the reverb at 2 o'clock. Well, half 2 o'clock, really. Nearly 3 o'clock, because I love the reverb in this amp. It's to die for. So going to the power amp section here, I've got the bottom at 12 o'clock, so straight up. Top is turned all the way to the left. Presence is all the way up, because the presence on this amp is really subtle, and I like that. It really adds that sparkle. It adds like a brightness to the amp, but it never gets harsh, which I really, really like. And I've got it set on the 6v6 mode. And I'm not using the solo boost, all those solo boost rules today. It's really nice, clean, and loud, and it does its job. This amp is shockingly loud, though. I mean, the master volume at this point in time is just below 9 o'clock, and that's where it's going to stay. Because if it goes any louder than that, I'll blow my face off. And I wanted to run it on max power. Homer Simpson comes to mind when I say that. Anyway, I just wanted to run it on max power just because, you know, strap in and feel the G's. Anyway, enough talking. So that's the clean channel. Let me quickly show you the delay and then we'll move on to the dirty channel with the Strat. Because I can't wait to get to the lead channel. I like it. Okay, so I got possessed by the spirit of Brian May there. Not that, you know, Brian is still with us, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so it's a really nice delay. It's like an analog delay though, so like the repeats like decay, so they're really, really dark. It's really, really nice though. It's a really nice delay. It suits the amp. This amp's got a real kind of, dare I say it, kind of vintagey kind of thing to it. So the actual kind of like analog delay really suits the tonality of the amp, if that makes any sense whatsoever. A digital delay, although I prefer digital delay in any shape and form, and I prefer it here, but I do have to admit, I think the analog delay suits the amp better, the tonality of the amp, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so the delay's amazing, clean channel's amazing. If I was to run pedals, I would recommend the clean channel. I normally like to run pedals into the dirty channel and run the gain low, but on this amp, I was running my pedals into the clean channel. I actually prefer it. It's just something about it is really, really nice. But I did run it on, I forget now, I think it was EL84 that I ran it on to get from my pedals. It seemed to like it more. Anyway, so that's the clean channel of the Boss Nextone special. Let's move on to the lead gain, lead channel. What happened to my voice? So let's go to the lead channel now and show you some of the amazing distortion tone this thing has, because this is what I've been waiting for. I like clean, I love clean, it's great fun, but it's not as fun as distortion, and so let's go there. Nowadays in Happy Land, I bet you can't tell. Okay, so that's immense. So I turned on the boost at one point in there. Let's turn it back off again to go back to the Les Paul. I love this thing in distortion. Nah, my gravy Jones, people of the tube. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave the boost off. And I'm going to show you the difference in the valve selections here as well. So just to let you know, I've got the amp set up right now. So gain is all the way up, volume is all the way up, bass, middle, treble are on 0, which won't work. Well, will work at this point in time, but anyway, it's because we're on gain channel. So yeah, they're all on 0. Boosts, I'm not going to use the boost, but I had it on full whack, so all the way up. Delay, I had that about, what's that, 2 o'clock, give or take. Sounded really cool. It's like Richie Blackmore mistreated sound. Always good. I've got the reverb at 3 o'clock, so basically straight across. Bottom is turned all the way up. The top is turned all the way down. I don't like the fizzy high end, so it's gone. Presence at 12 o'clock, and this is I had it on the EL84 mode. So I've turned it down to the 6v6 mode, and then we'll cycle through, and I'll just play something very simple with open chords, so hopefully you can kind of hear the difference. So let's do that now. Okay, so 6v6. Okay, a bit of a tube. There you go. So that's the difference in the valve selections. I like the EL84 the most, personally. It's where my ear is happiest. EL34 just was way too barky. It's like, it's in your face. And the same with the 6L6 as well. 6V6 was a bit clanky as well. But, sounds great. Just EL84 is where my heart lies. Which is, yeah, I love the 6V6 for the clean. And I love the EL84. I like the fact you can have, like, basically, like, a Fender and a Marshall in one amp. It's really, really cool. I like that. So cool. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to plug in the RTL 59 and play some, well, I'm going to try and channel some Paul Kossoff, if that's possible, because it's really hard. Anyway, but yeah, we're going to plug in the RTL and... Let's hear more of this beast of an amp. Beast of an amp. Okay, Mike got a bit carried away there. I'm gone. I'm gone, people of the tube. Anyway, whew, breathe. Okay, where are we? I don't know. Where are we? I don't remember where I am anymore. Anyway, this is a beast. I say my only one negative criticism of it is there's far too much low end in this thing. Far too much low end. I didn't have a bass on at all for any of the things. I was messing around with the Presence Dial mostly then with the RTL. Most of the time with the custom tune bit, I have quite a lot of the bottom ends kind of tuned out as well, just because there's too much. There's just too much in it. I'm pretty sure there's a tone studio thing for this though, so I can imagine much in the same way as the Katanas, you can edit out some of that low end and get rid of that, so that's not really an issue, to be honest with you. It can be sorted out. And even stock as it is with that low end, it's not, you know what I mean? Not ridiculous. As long as you don't turn the bass up, you're okay, you know, basically. But again, depending on your setup and the way you like to run things, you might need the bass. But for me, the way I run it with that kind of darker sound that I like, the bass, if I turn the bass on with the sound I've got, it just becomes too muffled and warbly and just kind of like thumpy, which is really cool. If I was to kind of go out with John Joe again, like doing like a two-piece thing, this would be such a good amp for that, because it would fill all the space. You would never worry about not filling the space with this thing. It's humongous, the sound of this thing. It's so good, and I really hope the sounds came across okay, because it's such a tone monster. I really like it. I like the fact you got those different voices on the little valve, the digital valve setting. I like the fact you can have one voice set like an American amp, one like a British amp, so you can have like a Fender and a Marshall. It's super cool. And it does, to me, the clean channel just stinks of that kind of like Fendery, glassy clean kind of thing. And the gain channel just reeks of that kind of like, you know, that, I don't know why I keep saying stinking reek, but hey, why not? The lead channel just has that kind of real British bluesy thing about it, really classic. Because it isn't like, you know, there isn't tons and tons of gain in this thing either. It's a quite clean, even on the lead channel with the boost on, it's still quite clean-ish. It's distorted, obviously, but it's more of an overdrive than a distortion, I would say. And it definitely kind of reminds me of kind of like a super bass kind of thing. It's got that kind of thing to it. With the boost off, you know, it's kind of got that kind of thing of a wound up kind of plexi kind of style amp. You know, non-master volume amp, basically, is kind of like the sound it's kind of got. And as I say, the clean channel's just got that kind of sparkly kind of thing. I don't know. Hopefully that came across. People of the tube, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like I say, my only one main criticism is the bass. Other than that, I am in love with this amp. It's amazing. And it really is amazing. I've been wanting to try Nextone for ages as well. When they first came out, I thought, well, that looks really cool. I like the fact it was different to the Katana as well. It's not kind of going after the same kind of thing. It's definitely more a kind of classic kind of amp. The Katana's kind of like a do-all amp. You know what I mean? It does everything. The Katana does. This is more of a kind of classic kind of voiced amp to me, personally. That's how I feel about it. And playing through it, it just feels a bit more kind of like edged towards that way. Whereas the Katana can kind of do anything. This kind of feels more like it's kind of pushed into that kind of classic kind of rock kind of thing. Which again is cool. It's just wicked. I like it. I like the way it looks. I love this grill cloth. You know, it absolutely messes with my eyes, but that's all good. I just love it. It's so cool. It's such a great amp. It sounds great, plays great. It's really dynamic to your playing. It loves pedals. Bass is a bit much, but It's a very small niggle. That is very, very small. You know, it doesn't. That kind of thing would not turn me off playing through this amp. You know what I mean? I'd be very, very happy. You know, if I turn up at a gig and this is there, I wouldn't be like, oh god. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yes, all's good in my neighbourhood. Anyway, I'm out of my brain because the RTLs took me out of it. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, PeopleTube, let me know what you thought to the Boss Nextone special. I personally really enjoyed this. Really loved it. Like I said, I'll tell you what, another thing as well, it doesn't let you get away with anything. This amp is brutal to you. Like, you know, if you make a mistake, it goes, you made a mistake. Did everyone hear that? You know, you've got to be on your game with this amp. You know, you can't just be kind of relaxed with it. You can't just kind of ease it back from it and let it kind of paint where you might drop the brush. You know, it makes the world know you've messed up if you're not careful. This amp does, which, you know, I like in a way because it keeps you on your toes. You know what I mean? I like that kind of idea of like, you know, you've got to be on it. You've got to be on it. Yeah, I like that. There is no hiding with this thing. No hiding whatsoever. This will make you go, he's messed up again. Yeah, it's one of those. It's a grasser. It's a grasser. You've got to be on its good side all the time. And you've got to work for it. And I kind of like that, to be honest with you. It really kind of keeps you on your toes. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to go now, PeopleTube. I hope you enjoyed this video on the Boss Nextone special. It's absolutely beastly amp. I recommend trying one of these things, definitely. And especially if you have that kind of a classic rock kind of thing, you know, like, you know, early 70s kind of like, well, 70s kind of sound. This has got it. It's also got that kind of like really kind of cool 60s kind of blues, British blues kind of thing as well. But it definitely, it feels like the 70s to me. I don't know. It might just be me. I don't know. But it's got that kind of thing, especially the lead channel. I love the lead channel though. I mean, in all fairness, clean channel, I like clean every now and again, but lead channel, this bit here, that's my happy place. Anyway, PeopleTube, hope you enjoyed this vid. I'll see you again. Thank you very much to Boss for sending this for review. Yeah, so grateful. Thank you so much indeed. And it's a beast. I'm so happy I finally got to play through one because it didn't disappoint. All's good. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'll see you again. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and goodbye now. Thank you very much for watching. Haha. Why am I making weird noises in this video? You noticed that? A lot of weird noises. I'm going to make another one. Haha.